What's up, fam? It's your boy, Heaven Hollywood, of course, and we're back on IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. An exclusive or breaking news, whatever you want to call it. Nicki Minaj has finally unfollowed JT and Ice Spice both on Instagram. Not on Twitter, where she spends most of her time, but on Instagram. I really think people would probably ask him, well, she's still following him on Twitter, so maybe this is just a glitch or what have you. But the thing about Nicki Minaj, she makes her statements on Instagram, right? Because it is, it's much more of a statement when you unfollow them on Instagram, right? Because that's what everybody pays attention to. No one pays attention to you unfollowing these girls on Twitter, right? Even though she spends most of her time on Twitter. Now, people are going to ask, people who've been living under a rock are going to say, why? Why did she unfollow Ice Spice and JT on Instagram? I thought they were cool. That's for the delusional barbs that sit with their head under cloud and they just want, Nicki Minaj to be, they want her to have allies so bad. The poor barbs, they just want somebody to be Nicki Minaj's ally. And they push these girls on Nicki Minaj, who she constantly tries to tell you over and over that she doesn't want to be friends with them. And she says if she unfollows someone or makes a comment about someone, trust me, it's for a reason. Okay? So when Nicki Minaj starts making these comments about these girls, even though she hasn't unfollowed them yet, you need to take heed to those comments because she knows these things before you get it. Okay? She knows these things before you get it. She knows at the point before it even came out in the DM or the text message with Ice Spice and her ex best friend. Nicki Minaj already knew this. Why? Because she had the conversation with Ice Spice and she knew Ice Spice did not, and Ice Spice's label did not sign the deal for her with Heavy on it like she was supposed to. So she started shading Ice Spice and not posting her stuff early in the game. Right after she found it out. She also found out about, she saw that picture. Right? Remember, she had unfollowed Ice Spice before this. She followed her back. But she had unfollowed Ice Spice for a minute. She followed her back. That picture came out about her and Cardi B. She didn't really like that. Right? The JT situation was going on. She had JT on the wing. And I told you guys a long time ago that JT was supposed to, remember, for my members only people, you can go back to that video and check it when I said she wants JT to be the first major rapper on Heavy on It. Remember I was saying that JT and her label, she was about to leave her label. They were going to drop her with the City Girls started fading. And remember, I said she wanted JT. I already told you guys she wasn't going to sign Ice Spice because Ice Spice was already signed to a major label. And she was also underneath Lucian's son. Right? So, but JT, far as, remember, she had wrote one of the verses for JT on, I guess it was No Bars, and she had JT out there making her the princess, the princess of rap, and she wanted JT to be that lead artist on Heavy on It. But once JT's people seen that, okay, JT's popping again, they decided we're going to step back in here. Now, the reason why she was popping again was because of Nicki Minaj's fan base and that co-sign from Nicki Minaj. Remember, Nicki brought her out on stage during the Pink Friday tour. Brought her out with the other girls to do the Queen's remix of Super Freaky Girl. So once she saw this popularity, you know, she started feeling herself. Now, in the meantime, Nicki Minaj was making fun of her, trying to tell y'all about why are you supporting these girls with the garage tours and when Mother is on tour. And stop worrying about other people, and like she's been saying with Doja Cat, and she tried to put out there, about Ice Spice, and she talked about that about the person who didn't want to jump on Cowgirl, right? So Nicki Minaj has been already had this in her head for months. Now, Ice Spice, we have to say, what's next for these two girls? Well, you've already seen the effect of Nicki Minaj pretty much being done with Ice Spice by Ice Spice's album falling off of the top 200 already. What's that album? 3 weeks old? I think it only spent 2 or 3 weeks in the top 200. She's already out of it. You could tell by how much she sold the first week. You would think with a Taylor Swift collab, with the Central C collab, so you figure people overseas, right? She had the what she have 3 top 5 records. I don't know whether the Pink Panthers record ever went number 1, but she's got 3 or 4 top 10 singles, maybe 2 top 5 singles. You would have think, and hanging around with Taylor Swift, you would have thought that Taylor Swift's fans would have boosted up, her sales. But one thing about Taylor Swift fans that are different from the Barbs, they're gonna root for you and collab for you as long as you're collabing with Taylor Swift. But once you're not collabing with Taylor no more, they're not going to continue. But they're going right back to Taylor. They're not going to continue, and that's what Nicki Minaj wants. Nicki Minaj wants her fan base to sure support this record because I'm on it. But once I'm no longer doing records with her, I don't want you to continue supporting her. That you're my fan base. But the Barbs don't seem to get it. They want they want someone to be Nicki's ally. Oh, she has an ally. Oh, Doja Cat. Oh, and Doja Cat's cool. Doja Cat's always bigging her up. JT, they go and support these girls because Nicki does a collab with them. You don't support Bia? Bia came out, and Bia's still down with Nicki. She's the one that's still down with Nicki. How come y'all don't support Bia when her album dropped? How come she didn't sell 30K? And she's the one that's still down with Nicki. So these girls going forward, Ice Spice, I think, is going to branch out of music. I really don't think that Ice Spice planned on staying in the music game very long. I think Ice Spice is going to go into movies. I think Ice Spice is going to either circulate over to fashion modeling / movies, TV, something like that. I don't see her continuously rapping. JT, she did 27 on this album. I don't expect her to do 27 next album. I think JT is more of a product of the Barbs. I think that if she is going to remain successful in rap, I think her and Carisha need to get back together and come out with something fresh. As the City Girls, I think they need to get back to the City Girls because I don't think JT, without the support of the Barbs, I don't think she's a solo artist. Ice Spice, I think because I can see her branching off and doing some mainstream music, making a pop rap record. Go along the lines of a Doja Cat. Now she's not as talented as Doja Cat, but Ice Spice can switch up her style a little bit. As you saw with the last few of her records, she kind of went into the hype. That song that she has with I forgot the artist that she had it with. I think he was like a Afrobeats artist or something, and she was kind of like did like the hybrid type rap and singing type thing. So I could see Ice Spice, you know, branching off and not being just a rapper. I think JT has to be a rapper or nothing. And in order for her to survive, in my opinion, without the sole support of the Barbs, I think JT has to eventually get back with Carisha. All right? Because now that they see Nicki Minaj unfollow her, the few Barbs that were still supporting her, they're not going to support her anymore. All right, so I'm getting ready to make well, I already have it. I'm editing it. I made it yesterday, but even before she unfollowed them. So now I'm just going to add this onto it of the issues they were having and why she ultimately unfollowed Ice Spice and JT. All right, but going forward, I think Ice Spice will be in a little better position than JT because Ice Spice does have connected with some other people outside of Gag City. And Ice Spice has that look, and she's connected with Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift and, Central C. And she's got, movie potential where I could see her on the big screen. All right, so let me know down in the comments what you think. Nicki Minaj unfollows Ice Spice and JT on Instagram. You gotta know this is coming. Like if you're not willing to be, Nicki doesn't want anybody trying to be the main girl over her. If she gives you that cosign, you gotta stay under her, or else you're getting unfollowed. This is on brand with Nicki Minaj. So, she's out here. Nicki Minaj don't need these girls. They need her more than Nicki Minaj needs them. So we'll see what happens going forward. My prediction is Ice Spice will be more successful going forward without JT than JT will be going forward. Ice Spice will be more successful going forward without Nicki Minaj than JT will be. Y'all let me know if you agree down below in the comments. It's your boy Evan Hollywood for the IE Network.